Our next guest is 1/3 of the #1 drive show in the galaxy, Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel. He's the product of Terry, who was the solo man in the ads, and Jenny, a singer. So it's no surprise he went on to be drama captain at Wesley College in Perth and the editor-in-chief of the student newspaper. He's a staple on Aussie telly, cameoing in the Rocky Horror Show, and is currently on a national tour with his new comedy production, Boom. Please welcome to the studio the sometimes blonde, sometimes brunette, Joel James William Creasey.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a thrill to be here.
Not just Joel Creasey, Joel James William Creasey.
Oh, righto.
Fancy. I know, a bit fancy pants. You just asked me my middle name. I was like, well, I have two. Very proud of that fact.
Yeah, and also your parents, Hazy, didn't realise that your dad, Terry, was the solo man.
He was the solo man in the 80s commercial. He is the one that's running up the hill getting chased by the blue heeler, as in the dog, not Lisa McCune. And then at the top of the mountain, he cracks open a solo.
Yeah.
Because what's more, refreshing than a long mountainous run? A fizzy soft drink.
Yeah.
And it dribbles down his chin, all homoerotic. And then, of course, the butchest man on telly gave birth to this. So he's very proud.
Well, you had two very showbiz parents, didn't you? And that's how they met on the set of Star Wars. It's something you couldn't script this stuff.
I know. I was destined to go into the biz. They met on the set of Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Mum was Jabba the Hutt. No, they were both members of the Rebel Alliance. And my mum was a West End actress as well. So, theatre's in my blood. Hence why my sister works for Bunnings. I love it. It's a really great little story to tell people. And
you mentioned your dad getting chased up a hill by a blue heeler. You too have a very special dog, don't you?
I do. Jack and I welcomed the pitter patter of hairy little feet into our house, and I'm not talking about one of the Real Housewives. We have a chow chow called Girlfriend, and she's one of those dogs that looks like the lion with the blue tongue. Yeah.
That's fancy. That's a fancy dog.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I feel really good about getting a purebred after doing a documentary about dogs in pounds at the start of last year, but she had come prior. She'd come prior, and she's divine. Yeah, Girlfriend. Purely so we can say at the park, get over here, girlfriend, or did you just yourself, girlfriend?
Yeah.
But someone's been trying to steal her.
Really?
Lately, yeah. This lady's been coming to the house.
Yeah.
This is really creepy. And crouching down by the front door and going, girlfriend, come here. And we were getting ready to go out one night for dinner, and I thought it must be a friend. And then I went, Jack, to my boyfriend, and this girl went running and jumped into the passenger side of an idling car. That then, isn't that creepy? That then drove off. But Girlfriend spends a lot of time with a lot of men in my house.
Right.
So I was like, good luck, girlfriend, to the lady, because I think I might have raised Tony Abbott. Like, Girlfriend really has a lot of similar traits. Bit misogyn.
Joel, we love having you in Adelaide. Welcome back. And your thoughts on Adelaide in general?
I love Adelaide. I came here I planned my beautiful friend Rhys Nicholson, host of Drag Race Down Under.
Yeah.
They were getting married, and I had their bucks party in Adelaide. Rhys didn't know where they were going.
Yeah.
We surprised them and took them to the airport and said, surprise, we're off to Adelaide. And we went and saw Mary Poppins.
Of course you did.
We went and saw Mary Poppins at the Adelaide Festival Centre, and then went to Mary's Poppin'.
Oh, yes. Of course.
I love. What a great club.
Yeah, what are the great bars. Can I just be completely honest? You're not going to offend us. When that initial announcement was made, we're going to Adelaide.
What was the response?
The initial reaction?
Well, the problem is we bumped into Tommy Little in the lounge, and I think he thought I'd booked Tommy for a lap dance, and he was rather disappointed. No, genuinely stoked, but also confused as to what we were doing in Adelaide. I think Rhys thought maybe I was going to make them do like a trial run of their festival show or something.
Right.
We had the best night.
Yeah.
Good.
The Schlong Island iced teas at Mary's Poppin' are delicious. Hazy, you'd love them.
I've heard that.
I'll take you.
Here I am pretending I haven't had
I know.
Long Island iced teas.
I know, it's sweet. It's sweet, but you're pulling it off.
I think you've just missed that invitation. He just said he will take you. You have spent the entire year and a half that we've worked together trying to get Fitzy to take you anywhere. Yeah. And Joel, first interview, was like, I'll take you.
Yeah, no, not Fitzy. Fitzy doesn't know his way around Mary's Poppin'. I do. I'll take you.
How do you reckon Fitzy go at Mary's Poppin', by the way?
Oh, he would be. People would want to climb him like a tree. No, I will take. It's a great night out. I'll take you along with a gaggle of gays, and we can padum all night together.
Absolutely, fine.
Yes.
I'll get away from the kids.
Yeah, for sure.
This is great.
Maybe forever. You might meet the love of your life in a man.
He also has a long history on the show of man crushes. Should we run through them?
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
who?
really coming back to Bob. They're mainly footballs.
Yeah.
Mainly footballs. But Joel, you can jump on the list as well.
Well, I've got a bit of history with footballers.
I know.
Yes,
I know.
yes. So
Have you ever dropped the name of this footballer? So
Hang on a sec. So,
Wait, okay, rewind. All right.
Hang on.
Oh, Hazy, you don't know?
No,
Oh my
what's
God, let me
this?
fill you in. I wrote in my book that my autobiography that I released when I was 24, which I had some really hot takes on the world when I was 24. I mentioned in the book about having an affair with an AFL player. Didn't realise it would get so much traction. Sort of did, publicity. And no, there's two people in the world that know his name. Yep, I can say that. And that is my lawyer and my manager.
wow.
And I guess him.
Okay, yes, he knows who he is. Have you heard from him since you dropped that bombshell?
No. Well, okay. So he used to come over to mine after his little football concerts and we'd watch movies, and I introduced him to the film Mean Girls one night, and he loved it so much he goes, "Can we watch it again?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "No, now." Like back to back, like you do with a child. I was like, okay. And anyway, I hadn't seen him for years. And then a few years later, I bumped into him in a marquee at an event. And I said to Jack, my boyfriend, we've got to go. This guy's going to kill me.
Yeah.
And he started walking towards me and I thought he was going to shank me. But he walked past me and whispered in my ear, "I've read your book." I thought it was a super fetch. Which is the little, sassy line from Mean Girls. I was like, "You remember?"
So I quite like that he didn't get triggered by it all. He was just like, yeah.
No, he's a lovely guy, and I don't know what he's up to now, and I think he's still playing football, maybe not, but yeah,
It's a
lovely
It
person.
was such an interesting time of your life. Of course, you were living in Melbourne at the time.
Yes, I was.
It's in Melbourne. Okay.
I was living in Melbourne.
Yes,
You can try and do the math.
It was a Melbourne club. It was.
Yeah, well, there's about 10 or 11 of those, so settle down.
And also, I don't know the names of the clubs. What is it? Like the Melbourne Magicians and the Richmond Ring-alongs? I'm not sure.
I know that you sort of gave that away when you said we had his little footy concerts.
I'm like, that's Taylor Swift Stadium. What are you doing in there?
Yeah, what are you doing taking over?
I know. I can't believe Taylor Swift didn't come down to you guys.
No, it's not fair.
There's potentially in my show at the Fringe a make good for Adelaide.
Okay.
That for those that missed the Eras tour.
Yeah, right. I love that.
As a massive Swiftie myself.
just as a side note, if you had to name the two Adelaide football teams, could you?
I could. Port Power and Adelaide Crows. And I'm a Crows supporter.
Yes.
Because the Adelaide Crows have actually booked me to host a lot of their functions. And I have, for years. And I always thought, how cool that they've booked this, young, nasal, very flamboyant comedian. So I've been an Adelaide Crows supporter as just purely because of the paychecks.
There you go.
I
That's
love
fine.
that so much.
But also, if you're coming to my show, I love Port Power too. Love them. Is it Port Power?
It's Hazy always tells this story about when he first came to Adelaide. We get real in your face about who you support.
Yes.
Don't we?
Yes, I'm
Adelaide
from Perth. It's very similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eagles and Dockers thing.
Yeah, so people literally get up to you and who do you barrack for? And you're almost too scared to say either way.
Oh, yeah. Is it a thing here as well when you meet someone for the first time? Where did you go to school? That's
Yes.
a very West Australian thing to say to each other.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah, that is the thing. Joel Creasey, thank you so much for coming in, and I can't wait to meet Chow Chow.
Yes.
I'll introduce Chow Chow to Sid, who's my killer attack dog.
I just
Toy
saw a gorgeous
caboodle.
photo. And Jodie, just quickly, can I ask you a favour on air? Because you can't really say no when you're on air.
Yes, spot on.
I need a little voiceover done for the start of my show.
Okay.
In Adelaide at the Garden.
Yes.
And your voice is just so beautiful. And can I just say, have you had your hair done? You
I
look
have,
gorgeous today.
Actually, why are you sucking up to me? Because you want me to do the voiceover.
Would you do the voiceover at the start of my show for me?
100% I'll do the voiceover.
Oh my
for
gosh,
you.
what an honour. Jodie Oddie herself.
Just
Thank you.
Be prepared for people to go, who's that?
No, you're Adelaide royalty, please.
Not about that. Thank you so much for coming in. We can't wait to see you in action.
Thank you. And my tent has great aircon. I know it's a very hot week.
Beautiful.
It's a great aircon.
Should. The show is called Boom, absolutely sensational. Joel is here until the 17th. livenation.com.au. Make sure you get some tickets before they sell out. Quick sticks.